Yep.
Alright. Okay, remember when you were a kid and you were trying to convince your parents of something and you would always remind them of like all the good things you did, like you cleaned your room or like you finished your meal or whatever. Like you wouldn't remind them all the bad things. I think that's really true, not just in children, but as humans overall. And W.I.E. Bates has a quote that said, "Victory has 100 memories, but defeat has amnesia." And I think that's really true. As humans, like, we're really proud individuals. So we'll remind ourselves of, like, everything that we've accomplished, and we kind of try to forget about it. All the things that have gone wrong, and kind of like in a comic setting, we see that in, like, movies or, like, television shows, like the Scooby-Doo or whatever, the criminal never learns, they always do the bad thing or whatever. But they always kind of ignore the fact that things have gone wrong. And I just think it's really important to humor yourself and remember the good with the bad. And I hope you guys.
Shannon, you had a good start, a nice attention device. Your point of view was pretty clear, but there's no setup of what the content's going to be, and your supporting material consists of a kind of an abstract reference to Scooby-Doo, which, you know, I get occasionally, but, you know, I know that you're going to think of some other things later on, and you're going to, oh, that would have been a good thing to say. And even your Scooby-Doo example, I think, is a little abstract. On the presentation, you need a little more projection in your voice. Within the range of your voice, I think there's pretty good variety. I didn't notice any problems with the pacing except for the fact that the speech ended quickly, but you were not rushing and you didn't have any obvious hesitations. It sounded pretty fluid while you were speaking. You did have a lot of indicative gestures when you were speaking, which shows that you're animated, but sometimes they're a little too much, and that might suggest some anxiety issues. Your eye contact is okay as far as I could tell. It was a short presentation, 1 minute and 23 seconds, so it's a little hard to get an effective evaluation based on all those things. The body movement issues, that seems to be where the biggest problems are. You've got your feet crossed from the very beginning, and then you keep going back to that pose. You look like you're leaning backwards and sideways some of the times when you're talking, It's not like you are standing up and giving a speech. It's more like you're in a defensive posture, or rather, that kind of thing, and you're leaning away from the audience, and it just looks awkward. And it gives the impression that you really are waiting, you want this to be over with as soon as possible, rather than, I've got something interesting to share with you, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to talk about it. And so that's the thing I think that undermines you the most. All right, thank you.